Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is specifically designed for someone that's starting out Amazon FBA, or if you're just someone honestly that's just struggling to find profitable products online. So no worries, I'm gonna walk you through 3 valuable, easy to follow strategies so that way you can start finding these products online. So by the end of this video, the goal is to give you some actionable steps that you can take immediately to start sourcing for these products. So without further ado, let's get started. So just to give you an outline for the whole video, what we're gonna go over, number 1 is going to be sales, and how you should take advantage of it. Strategy number 2 is using the Keepa product finder, basically filtering things down to make it easier for you. And number 3, work smarter. That is spying on your competition. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and start with number 1 here. So to kick things off with our first strategy in terms of taking advantage of sales, like you need to know first there are different sales going on. The first one's going to be clearance sales, which we all are familiar with. Those are just typical markdowns. The second one are going to be seasonal or holiday sales. You know, think of like Christmas, Thanksgiving, you got your chocolate for Valentine's Day, you got your Easter eggs, right? Stuff like that. So that's going to be holiday and seasonal. And the last one are going to be flash sales, which pretty much, come and go. And each of these definitely offer an advantage and an opportunity for you to purchase products normally at a lower cost than what they are. So here's an example of a flash sale going on at Walmart.com. So we have this product here, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Nintendo Switch. Its normal price is $59.99 or $60, but it's currently pretty much 50% off at $29.99, right? So this is a flash sale that doesn't happen often. So going to a listing that we can resell on Amazon, it's listed for $53.49. So in order to just do a quick calculation how much money we can make, because we know it's 50% off, we're gonna use SellerAmp right here as our profit calculator. So you can see, let's go ahead and plug in $30 or $29.99. We are profiting $9.04 or 30% ROI from this product if we do purchase this, which is currently on sale, right? And we can add as many Walmart allows us here to do, okay? That's just the overview of a sale going on with a BSR and the estimated sales of $5,325 per month. So this is a huge product that's super profitable just right off the bat, taking advantage of a flash sale. So step 1 is how do you really identify going on with these sales? And it's a lot simpler than one might think. So what you can do is go through popular deals websites such as Slick Deals, you got Retail Me Not, and of course my favorite is going to be Rakuten. And just to show you an example right here, if you are at Rakuten, you can simply go through Hot Deals, and Hot Deals is something that changes every single day, and so you can just scroll through here to see what kind of coupons, promo codes, or daily deals happening. So if, for example, you see a favorite website that you want to source from, or they're just having a huge sale, this is definitely a great start. For example, like Ulta, they have 40% off here. So you might go into Ulta.com and see what products that qualify for that 40% deal. As the beginners, the hardest part is where to start, right? Like you don't want to waste a lot of time going through products or different websites one by one. You want to take an advantage of where there's a sale going on already, then put in your effort and time through there, because that's going to pay more dividends versus just starting off a blank page. And it can get frustrating, and trust me, I've been there when I first started. So definitely take advantage of websites like Rakuten, Slick Deals, or Retail Me Not. Another great tip is to sign up for a retailer's newsletter. So for example, right here we are at VitaCost, and the first thing that popped up is to sign up for their newsletter, right? This is more common, as you'll find in terms of wherever you may be starting to source, is to simply sign up for their newsletter, right? They incentivize you to give them 20% here, for example, but not just for this one, but in the future sales they got going on, or flash sales, or just certain clearance, because that goes straight to your email. And one tip I would give if you're a beginner is to create a new email where you were just strictly using it for business here, because you're gonna get a lot of emails. So don't make that same mistake as I did when I first started, where I just used my personal email, and I did get a lot of email, and I still do. So step number 2 is to evaluate if this product is really worth it, So for example, if we go through Walmart here, you see what kind of deals they got going on. You go through the products one by one until maybe you found one, right? So just to save time here, let's use the Mario that we had found earlier for $30 here. So of course we evaluated it, that it's gonna make us profit of $9, 30% ROI. The BSR and the estimated sales looking good, 5,000 sales per month. Now that's just one part of the evaluation, right? Next, we're gonna verify how many people are in the listing are we competing with. So for this, I love to use Keepa. If you don't have Keepa, you need to get it. It's pretty much a cheat sheet, and I do have a full masterclass video with this, which I pretty much break down every single aspect of Keepa in order for you to be confident when analyzing these products. So just a glance at a Keepa, it's pretty stable here, and let me take some of these stuff out so it's make it easier for you guys to follow. So the buy box is the advertised price that the customer sees, so it's currently at $53.49, so you can see right here, right? But this is the history here. It pretty much stays 53, 54. It has near spikes. I mean, I can zoom in here so you can see the little spikes here, right? And this is the past 3 months. Now, if I want to go back through a year, I can still zoom out and kind of hover through. Nothing really crazy. Like worst case scenario, if this product goes to $49.99, let's go ahead and put in just 50 bucks there, right? Like you're still making money out of this. You know, it's still pretty decent ROI for this product here. And the middle part, this is a new aspect of Keepa here, is terms of the monthly sold. So it's, you can see right here, it kind of just verifies what we have here at SellerAmp. So it's good to put 2 and 2 together because there's not one software that pretty much gives an accurate data, right? There's no software out there. And let me go back to the 3 months down here, and the bottom part here, let me just take this all out so you guys can follow along. It's going to be the new offer count. So you can see there's a little bit of rise of offer count here, 28 to 36, right? But nothing crazy. We've been there before. It looks like 34 here, and the price doesn't seem to be crazy. I guess it's one of the 50 bucks. But again, what I love about this product here, just from a overall analysis, is the velocity, the amount of stuff it sells per month. So I'm willing to say if I do see some competition here, even though they have a lot of quantity in stock, I can be rest assured that I can still sell it no matter what. So here are some tips and tricks to kind of maximize your strategy in terms of finding sales. So number one, timing is everything, right? So that's why you need to sign up for these different newsletters or different website alerts, because that's going to allow you to find these deals, because the earlier the better. And especially with the internet, like a lot of people have access to it. So especially in a flash sale, you want to be one of the first ones, because sometimes this product can go out of stock. So if you can grab it immediately, if you're quick to it, so timing does play a role. Second one is networking. Like I've had so many tips or text alerts or just notification from other Amazon sellers that I'm in a group chat with, and we all help each other. So that's part of the networking, is that not you can only, you know, ask questions or feedback, but also help each other, whether that's, you know, doing retail arbitrage. Let's say there's a huge sale at let's say Foot Locker, right? Like, so my friend, for example, Donna, lives in Alabama and I live in Florida. He can tell me like, hey, Foot Locker is having a huge sale going on. Go to your local Foot Locker and take advantage of what they have, because he can't be physically here, right? So it doesn't hurt to share the information with each other, because yes, we are, you know, competing in different aspects, but at the same time, we can also help each other, because he can't be physically here and I can't be physically there. So this is just a quick example of how you can take advantage of networking. One tip as well, just to kind of end it here, is, you know, if you continue sourcing the same websites over and over again, you kind of get the cycle or get familiar of how they do it. You can certainly see how often they do the sales depending on how often you source it, because you get familiar with it. So that's one tip here, just to kind of wrap it off, is to stay sourcing every single time you can, every day if possible, and also, you know, stick to the same websites, because you're going to start to unlock a lot of things which you didn't see before. So method number 2 is going to be using Keepa Product Finder. Basically, it's the filtering method of using and leveraging software, so that way we don't work as hard. I mean, we're still working hard, obviously, but you know, we're using a little bit of assistance here from the technology. So if you didn't know, Keepa is pretty much a must-have if you're an Amazon seller. If you haven't, you simply need to get it, because you are setting up yourself for success if you do that. As I've always said, you don't want to be the farmer that refuses to use the tractor. You know, we're in the AI technology here. So Keepa is your cheat sheet. I do have a video, again, if you want to check it out, link somewhere above or below. But basically, Keepa gives you all the history, price data of whatever product you need. Every single Amazon product has a Keepa history, but they also have a product finder where it allows you to filter a lot of things without doing it manually, because on the sale section of the method number 1, there's a lot of manual things involved there to kind of do that, right? But with the Keepa Product Finder here, we're putting inputs and filters to get the results that we wanted. So this is what it looks like here. You go under data, after Keepa Product Finder, right? And you do have to have a account. It's about $20, so definitely worth it. But anyway, we're gonna start through here, okay? So for me, I don't like to compete with Amazon at all just because they can get the lowest price. So I would just click out of stock there, okay? And it's gonna load here for a second, but let's go through and continue adding filtering here, okay? Because that's gonna make our life easier here in terms of that, because what you put in here is what you get out. So if you're putting garbage in, you're gonna get garbage out. So it takes time to kind of get used to this. As you can see, they have a lot of filters here. So I'm just gonna go through some of my shortcuts so that way you can follow along after this video, okay? All right, so if you go under offer counts here, right? If you just scroll down, you'll see this. I love to play with this because my understanding is you wanna look for products that are trending down in terms of sellers, because that just gives you opportunity, right? You don't wanna go and sell products that already have a lot of competition. So 180 days, I like to put in right here like 25, let's just put 30 here, right? 90 days or 3 months ago, maybe the competition selling down, a lot of people are selling, maybe we can put 20 here. And from current or 30 days, we can do maybe 10 here, right? So now it's gonna show a filter of 45,000 products here that kind of start from 30 sellers a while back. Now, 30 days ago, 10, and you can even narrow this down. Maybe we want to put 5 here currently, right? So this should show you all the products that fits within that criteria, okay? Now, there's still a lot of products here, right? Over 10,000 that, we're gonna go over. So we can always go back to advanced filter here and narrow down the products, continue more, right? So for example, we can type in here a certain brand or text field. So just for the sake of example here, let's just type in Nike, see what we got here. All right guys, so here we are with the results here after, inputting Nike. It's much more manageable with 667. We can certainly, go through it one by one, but again, you can still go back to advanced filter and it might go through different sections here, and you can certainly play around, right? Like, so if I do want to go back and remove the filter counts here, right? Let me just remove it here for the sake of example. So if you want to filter it down, you can certainly do the offer count here. So for me, for example, like let's say you want to have less competition, we can put in 5 to 15 there, okay? So now what you can do is start to find products that kind of falls within that range with less competition. And also what you can play around with here is to go up and do the sales rank, right? So if you only want to sell products that sell so fast, maybe you can limit it up to like 50,000, right? That's a really good rule of thumb. If you're a beginner, is to sell products that moves quick, okay? So that way you don't have to sit on it and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and find products here, okay? So now this shows all the Nike products that are pretty good current average, okay? So it gives us opportunity to play around with here in terms of that. Definitely play with this one because it's gonna help you a lot getting accustomed to it. As you can see, there's a lot of filters going on here, but I just want to share this strategy with you guys because there's a lot of opportunity. I mean, if you go through the root category here, you can even filter it down by category like beauty. You can do baby products. Don't sell baby products. I've done that. So again, gives you a lot of opportunity there, and you can even dig deep in terms of the category. Just wanted to use an example for you guys to show a step-by-step of what is possible out there. And the last tip I have for you guys in terms of section number 2 is kind of like use it as a hybrid of Keepa and if there's a sale going on, right? So for example, you can set actually a Keepa alert to track this product. So right off the glance here, the average price looks like it's, 13 or actually 22 bucks right here, right? If I wanted to track a product here, I want to get notified, I can put in $23 or more here. So anytime the price spikes up at $23 or more, I'm gonna get an alert via email for that product here, because if I do go back to, buy the cost as our example website, you can see right here it's $14.99. But then if there's a flash sale going on or any incentives they got for this website to lower this buy cost of $14.99 or a coupon code, whatever it may be, I can get an alert from there, knowing that the price rised up to $23. So if you can set it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, however you want, so you can start tracking with that. And you're gonna see in terms of your price history that if the price do go up, for example, like last April here, the price spiked up at 27, it's gonna give you an alert. Then you can combine if there's a sale going on just to kind of get that lowest buy cost and make some money. And guys, section 3, we have to work smarter, aka spying in our competition, because we need to understand sometimes that it's good to step back, of course, to find great products as well, but see how what kind of products is trending, right? Like what other things we can do, because at least for me and other Amazon sellers that I've talked to, it's easy to get stuck sourcing the same brand, right? Like we can't just all sell Nike, right? We can't all just sell Adidas. I'm sure you can, but why limit yourself into that, especially if you wanted to grow as an Amazon business owner? There's so much opportunity out there. Why not just like, you know, do private label in the future instead of just reselling or doing a wholesale, right? So that's the benefit of it overall at a glance. All right, guys, let's go back to our Mario original product here, and how I would do to start spying on my competition is to pull up SellerAmp, such an amazing tool here, and let's see what's going on, right? So you can see these are the other sellers out there, and as a quick tip, you know, which store I'm gonna decide, right? Because remember, our time and effort is so limited that we wanna use it efficiently. Is I like to avoid sellers that have so much ranking, because those are just big sellers, right? They're ordering in millions, thousands of products that they can get, you know, it's hard to compete with them sometimes, or it's hard to get those prices with them. So for example, like this one, nationwide distributors, I would avoid it. They have 32,000. United Auto Sales, now we're talking, right? So I like to keep it under 500s or less in terms of the review of stars here we can see, and also want to have a minimum of 50 reviews or above, because that just tells me these people been doing Amazon for a little bit, they kind of know what they're doing, right? They have 50 reviews, it's pretty decent. Now if it's under 500 review, they're still kind of their growth stage, so I see myself in those competition there. You can always experiment if you do want to get a little bold and go out there, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just giving you my advice as a beginner to not get overwhelmed, not get frustrated, to find these products a lot easier, because if they can find it, you can certainly can. So let's go ahead and click United Sales Auto here. I don't know if they're selling cars here, but it looks like a lot of video games that they sell, a lot of Nintendo and stuff like that. Their ASIN count is a little, right? So there's not much for us to take a look at here. So we might have to skip that one. Okay, let's go ahead and exit out. Let's see the number one seller here. We got Fox Racing. Okay, Fox Racing 747 right here. So once you click on their name, it's gonna open up automatically a new page here. The beautiful thing about SellerAmp, and you can see the brands that they sell, the product count, like what's the top brand, it's Nintendo for them, right? Then you can see the different category there. Looks like off a glance they specialize in video games. They could either be in different sourcing, right? Like for us, when we found this product, it's Walmart, it could be GameStop, right? Best Buy. So these are just things that I'm thinking right off the bat that who would have video games. Or you can do a simple Google search in order if you wanted to find video game wholesalers within your area, okay? So if you like to find local wholesalers for video games, for example, in your area, so we type in video game wholesale distributors in Florida, in fill the blank wherever you live. So, you know, in California, Tennessee, wherever you may be. And you just go through the results here, for example. So here we go, A2 Trading Corp Video Game Consoles Wholesaler. Okay, let's see what they got here. And they're here down in Miami. They sell, you know, the latest video game console and stuff like that. And the most common thing with these companies is you have to open up an account, especially if it's a wholesale account. So, okay, so if you want to purchase, here we go. You do have to register EIN, LLC, all that information. You need to fill that out, right? Okay, so you got your wholesaler there. You can be an online reseller, e-commerce. That's just an example. So you can sign up for that website. Again, wherever you live from, it's gonna have a different result. So it's good to go through every single one and just to see which one you can certainly work with. Of course, price is gonna play a big deal, but there's just one way to kind of go through what competition here. So this one is in Plantation, Florida. So let's see how we can create an account and start ordering here, or right here, become a customer, buy from us. So same thing, you need a business for all of these wholesale accounts, right? So online sales, you can do all of that. Wholesaler, however you may, then you just create an account, then you're gonna have access to the price catalog or all the products they're selling, right? So you need to register, pretty self-explanatory. Or if you are using just standard online retail arbitrage, is you can use the feature here to Google, right? Press this little Google button, it's gonna open up a new page. Now you can just go through one by one of these products if you'd like. For me, the biggest tip here is to avoid anything that has Amazon in the listings. You can see right here, we know Amazon gets the best price. So with opening up a new page, it will do the search for you automatically. Thank you, SellerAmp. And look, right off the bat, it wasn't even the product, but it was the original product that we had sourced from. It just spit out that for us that, hey, it's on sale, right? But the actual product we're looking at I think it's this one right here, Super Smash Bro product. So we need to get it about 30 bucks as well, but we can go through Google Shopping here and just see what's going on. Okay, they're not really on sale, okay? But I can take a quick glance and just see what's available out there. No big deal. It took me like literally 1 second to click on this product, okay? So now Nintendo Switch gray Joy-Con controller, looks like. Okay, so it's a Switch with the joystick. So let's keep an eye on it here. Okay, so it's nothing on sale here. Again, I'm not wasting too much time. I'm trying to be efficient here, okay? And avoid these. These are Amazon sellers. Maybe this one here, okay? Decent offer count. The price looks stable from off a glance. Maybe we can see here. Okay, so nothing on this one. Maybe this one here, loose cartridge. Not sure what loose cartridge is. What is loose cart? Okay, so loose cartridge previously owned. So we're not interested in that because we're only selling new items. But again, you can see where I'm going with this here. So you go through one by one here by just seeing the competition, right? If this person does sell other things like office products, you know, I mean, they got a talking translator here, photo printer. You guys hopefully see the point of what I'm going through is just go through the different sellers here. That's how you can get some ideas to get started in terms of spying in your competition and maybe trying a different category or different brand that you are not used to. As you guys can see, a lot of this can be done by anyone, right? Just following these step by step. And, you know, I've only used 2 main softwares. We get SellerAmp and Keepa, and those don't really cost a lot for you to get started. That's the beautiful thing about Amazon. The cost of barrier to get started is really small. So hopefully those tips really help you guys out. And as a bonus as well, is you want to keep your ears perked, right? Like if we're all on social media already, like Instagram, you know, the Stanley Cups were a huge thing last year, and I was able to kind of just pay attention of what's going on and able to take advantage of a lot of those Stanley Cups because they were out of stock, but found them at different websites out there, purchased those to resell on Amazon just because I was providing the gap in terms of they were out of stock in certain colors. Amazon went out of stock and I came in, right, to make some money there and just provide just because I was in social media, was seeing Stanley Cups everywhere. I don't know, they might still be popular now, but that's a bonus tip for you guys to just pay attention if you're in social media already. And remember that your network is your network. So come join us in our Discord community. Links are down below. We do have a free newsletter as well for you to take advantage. As an Amazon seller, come join, come ask questions, and just be surrounded with other Amazon sellers. You never know what opportunity can lead you to. And guys, if you want to learn other products or best way to find wholesale brands, check this video out right here. Thank you so much. Catch you in the next one.